Hello, YouTube. I'm your host, the Crimson Warrior, and today I wanted to talk with you guys about my ban list predictions for this new Yu-Gi-Oh! Ban list we've got coming. So, the Nationals in Europe's Salamangreat representation was on the up and up, which means, just due to tournament results, that Salad is probably going to receive the hit soon. Probably sooner rather than later. And I don't like saying that because I'm a Salad player, but that's just me being real. So that leaves us with one question. Are we gonna get slaughtered, or are we gonna be left playable? If they follow the OCG, we're done. The deck's over. Gazelle to 1 will ruin us, and all potential plays are just gone from there. But the TCG lately has not liked leaving decks on the cutting room floor, so I mean, they could semi-limit things in the deck, because that actually hurts. Like, if you put Sunlight Wolf to 2, that would be a really good soft nerf that would hurt the deck a lot. Balanix to 2 would actually hurt the deck a lot. We only run Helio at 2. I mean, there's things that you can hit in the deck to bring down its consistency. If you semi-limit Gazelle and, like, Circle or Gazelle and Spinny, then our consistency goes down significantly as well, so there's things they can do. Next, we have Orcust, and for me personally, I think Orcust is going to get the hit on the value of just being too generic. Konami hates generic things. If it can fix up old decks and make them playable, it is time and time again gotten hit or broken. I mean, there was the hand artifact trap trick thing that existed for 1 week, and a couple of other examples of generic things. Man, I can't remember anything else. But Konami doesn't enjoy it when things are just too splashable, and I really think Mermaid to 1 will fix the problem, just because you're forced to run a more dedicated Orcust build at that point. Like, you have to run the Orcust, you have to do all of your Orcust plays. You're not depending on Mermaid or going into Mermaid for all of your Orcust plays, and I really think that's the difference for the deck. And also then that forces Orcus to begin to start working for their plays, and the fact that they just pass turn to Lancia. So that's my prediction for Orcus. Next up we have other than that, they could hit the Bardiche, but I really don't think the Bardiche is a problem, because Rusty Bardiche, no one was complaining about it before Dingirsu came out. And this might be biased because I run Rusty Bardiche in my Blackwing deck to help out our turn 1 plays, but it wasn't a problem before Dingirsu came out. That's all I'm saying. Like, things were alright until Dark Neostorm, and then everyone all of a sudden saying Rusty Bardiche needs to get hit, and it's like, Rusty Bardiche came out before Dark Neostorm. But I don't know, maybe no more Fog Blades, no more Free Foolish Burial with, like, ridiculous consistency. Maybe that'll hurt the deck, and I mean, I'll be sad to see my Blackwings not be able to put up a couple negates turn 1, but once we get Wise Strix, that changes. Next up, is Thunder Dragon gonna get the hit? Do you think Thunder Dragon's gonna get it? I mean, I don't think so. I don't think it deserves it, but I don't play against it. I've not seen it at my locals except for once, and I just kind of lost because he Saryuja twice and just put out a board that was ridiculous that I couldn't do anything to. Or, yeah, it was just a ridiculous board. And so I think we're not going to leave the deck on the cutting room floor like the OCG did. they really neutered it with the Colossus to 1. I mean, we could follow that, and the board would be a lot easier to break, but I'm not sure if that's what they're trying to go with. Saryuja to 1 would work, but Saryuja's a reprint in Dual Devastator, if I remember correctly, so I don't think Saryuja's going to be on the list anytime soon just because he's part of sales for the foreseeable future. So, I mean, that only leaves Colossus. I don't know what the problem is in Thunder Dragons. What's the problem? Does Phantom Sky Blaster need to go to 0? Like, what do you guys think needs to get hit in Thunder Dragon for that deck to be manageable, I guess, if you want to call it that? I mean, I don't play against it, and the one time I did, I just kind of auto-lost because I didn't know what was going on. So I'll just leave that at that. Next up, we have the elephant in the room. And that's going to be, are we going to tiptoe around the issue of Mystic Mine like the OCG did? Because I really don't think that's an effective way of dealing with the problem before it becomes a real problem. And I might just be saying that because I don't like that Mystic Mine's an auto win button for Sky Striker, and hitting Kagari, the last list, to 1 was supposed to slow Sky Striker down, and now with Mystic Mine, it's like we never touch them because they can just put Mystic Mine out on the field and win. So I want us to just fix the problem. Mystic Mine to 0 and Metaverse to 1, because Metaverse has problem written all over it too, and the OCG's had problems with that in its entire existence, so I really think that should just go away as a preemptive hit for field spells, because, I mean, terraforming's semi-limited, and I don't know when this happened, because it happened in between me dropping out when Link format came, when Links came to the game, and me coming back into the game, but if we're semi-limiting terraforming because it searches out field spell cards, how are we able to tutor it out on deck on the opponent's turn with no repercussions whatsoever? I mean, it really doesn't make sense to me. So I think that's just a good preemptive hit for the future, so that way problems don't keep cropping up with those kinds of cards. Now, as for coming off of the ban list, what do you guys think is worthy of coming off the list? Like, I really think Shadal's and Necroz are up for coming off the list. And now, if I'm being realistic, I only really think Construct is coming off the list because of the structure deck pulls. We are all screaming and yelling from the rooftop that we want Shadals, and apparently Sacred Beasts. I feel like that's a throwaway of a vote, but that's just me. I don't enjoy the god cards. I'm more of a competitive player, but competitive players are the minority, mind you, so I mean, take that as you will, but that doesn't mean we won't get Shadal support in the future. So the first step towards generating that hype to get people crazy about Shadals again is Construct to 3. Construct to 3 brings that deck back in the sense that we can work in light decks again. Like, you could probably build a pretty decent Mech Knight Shadal deck with triple Construct and have that be semi-win con for the deck. Like, that I can see no problem. But we really can't break light engines without triple Construct. We need that balance of Construct just throwing darks into the grave and generating that light body, and then we can start playing with the chaos side of things, and that just breaks open the deck building, and that's all Shadals need. Like, it's not going to make us relevant. We're not going to be meta, except for maybe at some rogue tables or something like that, but it'll be fun to build with. It'll be fun for the players to pick up again. I mean, players have said that we want Shadals back. Like, just give us Constructs. As for the other deck to come off the list, I would really like to see Necroz come off the list entirely. I'd like to see Unicore to 3 and Shuret to 3. So that way pure builds are viable again without incantations. Incantation builds are viable. And then Necroz can actually be an incredible anti-meta strategy. But I don't think Konami wants Necroz to be a viable anti-meta strategy again, which really kind of leaves us in that spot of they don't need to hit us because they already did. I hope that Necroz come off the list, but I really have not. I'm not. I'm not gonna put my 2 cents down on that, if you know what I'm saying. I really think Construct, this list, though, is going to go to 3, and if you check out those Shadal market prices, I hope you picked your Shadal engine up before the hype. I got mine back when it was meta relevant, so that doesn't matter for me. I paid ridiculous money for my Constructs. Well, I didn't pay money for Constructs. I traded Ghost Ogres and Snow Rabbits back when they were $80 in Ultimates to get my Shadal engine right before the deck got hit, which was just about the saltiest moment I was as a player trying to play the meta. But I have dithered on for too long. If you like this video, go ahead and slap that like button. Give it a comment. Tell me what you think below. What do you want to come off the list? What do you think deserves to be hit? What's the problem in Thunder Dragon? Like, what would you hit to bring the deck ceiling down to a more tolerable level to where they can still play, but it's not impossible to play against them? Subscribe if you like what you see, and tap that notification bell if you want to see more of this ugly mug every time we upload. Y'all have a good one.